Hello, how are we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and today we are sorting cards for grading purposes. So we are back to the random box of like Fleer sets and things my parents bought me that I never opened. I got for Christmas as stocking stuffers 50 random baseball cards and 1991 Mets team sets and stuff like that. So we're going to just pick random ones, go for about 15 minutes. Nice short video, and we're just essentially pulling out the cards that we want on our PC. If anything there really jumps us out as we could grade it, if it's in good enough condition, then we will do that. Most of this stuff's not going to have gradable cards in it. But we're here, we're ready to go, so let's see what we have with us. First thing we're going to do here is this. It looks like 50 different baseball cards, but it looks like it's all from 1990 Donruss. Yep. Retails at $3. So, you know, I'm really throwing my money out the window by opening this now. I'm sure it's gone up tons in the 90, 20, 2010, 20, 30, 36 years. It's probably gone up. I probably could get at least $4 for it now. All right, we're going to split this into two separate stacks just so I can hold it. See if there's anyone here worth noting. Scott Bankhead, Phil Bradley. You can see that because of the way these were stored and they were loose in that bag just flying around, you can see that the tops are dinged up in most of the corners. We're not going to get great conditioning out of these cards, but they're also not the worst cards ever. We've seen worse. Steve Lake, Pete Incavilla, Todd Benzinger, Marty Barrett, Luis Aquino, Frank Williams, Mike Sharpenson, Jerry Reed, Pete Harnish, Todd Frothworth, Tommy Herr, Calvin Schiraldi, Rafael Belliard, Ozzie Guillen, Brian Smith. Here's a checklist. Mark Lemke. I'm going to assume that Mark Lemke has an earlier rookie than that. Chris Bozio. Checklists. Mike Felder, Les Lancaster, Mike Kingerly, Steve Sachs MVP, Greg Swindell MVP, Kurt Wilkerson. All right, that's half. Well, not even half. That's way more than half. There's only a little bit left. But we got Jeff Musselman, Jim DeSages, Gerald Clark, Willie Frazier. Look at the color difference on those two cards. That is a much darker red than that. Kevin Bass, Gary Ward, Tom Pagnozzi, Mackie Sasser, Greg Catteritt, Vance Law, Guillermo Hernandez. Look at me, I know how to speak. Luis Quinones, Foilcan Boyd, Rick Leach, Billy Hatcher, Ed Winston, Terry Kennedy, Vaughn Hayes, Chris Carpenter, Tracy Jones, Mark Thurmond, Don Carmen, and Bart Giamonti is the commissioner of baseball. Not anymore. All right, struck out on that one. Let's look at the 91 Mets complete team set. Let's see if in 1991, if there were any Mets that I collected. I suspect there was one or two. Actually, I may be mistaken. I'm not sure. Julio Valera, Dave Magadan, Tim Tuffle, Howard Johnson, close, Ron Darling, Dan Schnatzers, Wally Whitehurst, Frank Viola, Alejandro Pena, Mark Carrion, Todd Hundley, Charlie O'Brien, Tom Herr, Mario Guida, John Franco, Terry Vross, Sid Fernandez, Mackie Sasser, David Cone. There's one. David Cone. Look at that. Spent all those years prepping to be added to my collection now. Kevin McReynolds, Daryl Boston, Keith Miller, Dwight Gooden. I said one or two. There were two. Kevin Elster and Greg Jeffries. No Darryl Strawberry by this point. He was gone. I see Gooden, and I think Gooden and him had the same career. Is this literally a checklist set? It sure is. No one needs a checklist set. All right, that 4 of 8 is there literally, did I not get all 8? All right, now I need to see. No, there are 4, 1 of 8, 2 of 8, 3 of 8, 4 of 8. I didn't even get the full set. All right, those, just go into checklists. This is a neat button. Basketball, 1991 Centennial sticker. I said button, but it's a sticker. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but neat. All right, let's see. Let's try something different. What is in this? This is one of those things where it's a set of some sort or a bunch of cards, the same card, whatever, that I just slid into a oversized top loader. So let's just see what it is. Pro set. Nope, it is just this card over and over and over again. Historical notes. Founded in 1988, Pro Set Inc. is dedicated to manufacturing. It is a Pro Set card advertising Pro Set. Wow, I collected anything, didn't I? All right, that is, I don't even know what to do with that card. Baseball Heroes. Here's a complete set. This one I may leave together and sell as a complete set. Ted Williams. I will make sure that all the cards are there. Nope, 36, 35. Nope, I was collecting 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28. Actually, it may all be there because, yeah, you can see Ted Williams. These are numbered for the Baseball Heroes. And this must have been, as you can see, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, including the checklist. And we're at 36. So this must have been the 4th grouping. There was 3 people in front of him, and they just never stopped numbering it. They did 9, then they did 9, then 10 through 18 and 19 through. So, and then this one was 20, whatever, 8 through 36. So that is a complete Ted Williams set. We're going to look into, see if anyone wants that on eBay as well. All these things I put on eBay are basically, I will put $1 on them if anyone wants them to better their collection. Good on them. All right, here we go. This is one of those limited edition Fleer Fleer sets. We did some of these last time we did this, a couple weeks ago. And these are obviously not in great condition. In fact, they're not even in a box this time. They were just sitting there like this. So they will be added to my collections, my individual player collections, just because I don't have them yet. I would like to see if I can maybe find one of these in box still in good condition and then replace the cards. But for now, we have a Roger Clemens, a Joe Carter, a Will Clark, Vince Coleman, Glenn Davis, Mike Davis, Lenny Dykstra, John Franco, Marty Barrett, Steve Betterosen, George Bell, George Brett, 87 Jose Canseco. Like, if this card was in good condition, I might actually consider grading that. 87, I mean, 86 is really his rookie, but we all consider the 87 Topps his rookie. John Franco, Steve Garvey, Kirk Gibson, Dwight Gooden, Tony Gwynn, Keith Hernandez, Teddy Higuera, Kent Herbeck. We're going to slide that one into the Shane the Bartender pile. Wally Joyner, Mike Krucker, Mike Marshall, Donald Arthur Mattingly. Bottom left and top right corners, not great. But it is my guy. Dale Murphy, Eddie Murray, Tony Pena, Jim Presley, Jeff Reardon, Jim Rice, Pete Rose. Mike Schmidt. Got to go back to 87 to be getting some of these guys like Schmidt and Rose. By the time we're into the 91s and stuff, they're gone. Mike Scott, Lee Smith, Lonnie Smith, Gary Ward, Dave Winfield, Todd Worrell, and Robin Yount. Robin Yount and Dave Winfield. They got two at the end there. Now you can see because Yount was the last card, it was really banged up. I definitely need a better copy of that. I need a better copy of all these, but they're placeholders. Just tells me I'd rather have a placeholder card in bad condition than not have a card there at all. So I got that many out of those. So good. We're doing well. Doing well. These cards go into the team sets. We have some more time. What is this? This is the 1993 Rookies by like Jimmy Dean or something. Jimmy Dean. Let's see if there's anyone in here. Rich Amaral. Vinny Castilla. Look at that. And this one, not only am I going to keep this Vinny Castilla, but this is actually going to go in to... That's weird that 93 Rookies Jeff Conine, even though we just opened 91 Flavor Ultra and we had a Jeff Conine in it. This is going to go into my display. I do not have a Vinny Castilla. Sorry. Vinny Castilla is on my all-time Rays team for the DH slot. He is one of my top 7 favorite DHs of all time for the Rays. And I don't have a card of his yet. So this is going to slide in there for now, which is weird. That's a weird card to put in my display. But seeing as I have a 1991 Topps base Craig Vaughn in there as well, you know, what you got to do is what you got to do, you know. So Jeff Conine, we're gonna slide that one. I don't know if I'd really consider that this is a weird thing to consider a rookie when we know that 1991. But you look, 91 Omaha, 92 Omaha. He didn't actually play. Kansas City in 19. Yeah, we're gonna keep it as a rookie notable whatever. But Greg Gates, Wayne Kirby, Mike Lansing, David Need. This is the expansion, like the first guy. Mike Piazza and Tim Salmon. We're going to keep both of those. Mike Piazza because we collect Mike Piazza. And Tim Salmon as a notable rookie-ish. So the rest of these I don't care about. They can go in the team set. This can go in the trash. And we move on. How are we doing time-wise? We're doing pretty good. So apparently this one here was back-to-back, and Floyd Bannister, which we didn't collect, was part of it. Oops. This one is the Kmart set, and it looks like it got turned over because they were out of, face-to-face. But memorable moments by Kmart. Mike Scott, Kevin Seitzer, Ozzie Smith. I think if you look at the back, it actually gives a memorable wins game 5 with an unexpected ninth inning wallop. So yeah, if you look at them, they're actual moments. And this is 96. Am I right on the year? Yeah, look, 95. 85. Sorry, I said 96. I meant 86. So these are older than most of the cards we go through. 86, Darryl Strawberry. Rick Sutcliffe. Now these are all turned backwards. This is a lot of confusion, but we'll get there. George Bell, Wade Boggs, George Brett, Jose Canseco. Now that is, if it's 86, that is definitely a Jose Canseco rookie. And to be honest with you, not really in bad condition at all. I'm gonna have to take a look at it, but we're gonna look into grading that because it's silly. But that is a Canseco rookie, 90s 86. Oh, maybe they were face to face because some of them were 86 and some of them were 87. I have to look into that, but still. Same with the one underneath it. Will Clark. That's a rookie as well. Doesn't matter. We collect him, and we're not grading a Will Clark rookie. But Roger Clemens. We collect him as well. We don't collect Vince Coleman. Fernando Valenzuela. Todd Whirl. But we do collect Robin Yount. And we do collect Andre Dawson. And we do collect Dwight Gooden. We do not collect Pedro Guerrero. But we do collect Tony Gwynn. And Ricky Henderson. There we go. We're getting an influx to my collections today. Look at this. Keep it going. We got Keith Hernandez. There's Donald Arthur Mattingly. And Mark McGuire. Just like the Canseco, we're going to consider grading this one. We'll look into it. Paul Molitor. We collect him. We do not collect Dale Murphy. We do collect Tim Raines, though. Don't collect Dave Righetti. We do collect Cal Ripken and Pete Rose. And Nolan Ryan. But not Benito Santiago. But we do collect Mike Schmidt. Nice. All right, guys. That one was so good that we're going to call it there. Let's quickly just take a look at how many we got from that. In fact, let's look at how much we got from all of this. We're going to call those rookies that we need to look into. But all of these going to the PC. Piazza, and then from the original first one we did. So not a bad breakdown, not a bad selection of cards that were sorted. Now, did we get anything for grading purposes? We got two that we're considering, and to be honest with you, if I look at those and I consider that one, the card is worth it, and two, the card is in good condition, I may even consider sending in the Mattingly and the Nolan Ryan. So we could be as many as 4 cards from this. We'll see. All right, guys, that's enough for this one. We are saving some. We still got plenty of these types. We'll do some more of those in the future. Join us in our next video as we go and finish the 1991 Topps set. We did it in chunks of approximately 200 cards. So we're at the final 200 cards, give or take a little. And keep in mind, we have not found the Chipper Jones yet. So we should see that soon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.